Thank you so much, Radhika, and thanks to all the wonderful speakers who have made time to present on this critical subject, China's path to zero poverty, and to the Geopolitical Economy Research Group for your collaboration. Friends of Socialist China formed out of a dire need in the United States and the West to understand China and its socialist process. A key component of peace is solidarity, and solidarity cannot be born from opposition to US and Western aggression alone. Solidarity also means respect for sovereignty and a genuine curiosity of the achievements of countries long characterized as quote unquote adversaries. China's successful eradication of extreme poverty is one such monumental achievement. The achievement comes amid the COVID-19 pandemic, a public and global health crisis that has led to the deaths of at least 4 million people worldwide. In addition to this tragic loss of life, around 100 million more people around the world have been plunged into extreme poverty. China's effective response to COVID-19 kept deaths to a minimum at about 0.35 deaths per 100,000 in the population. But China did not stop there. China maintained its commitment to poverty alleviation and announced the defeat of extreme poverty at the end of 2020, months ahead of schedule. For some context, from 1978 to 2012, China had already lifted 800 million around people out of extreme poverty, or 70% of the global total. From 2012 to 2020, China was able to lift the final 99 million out of extreme poverty, despite facing significant global challenges along the way, including the US-led new Cold War. But what does this truly mean? What did it take to achieve this milestone? These are just some of the questions that we hope to answer today in this international gathering. In my brief contribution, I would like to begin the discussion with an eye toward leadership. Poverty is an immense social problem with deep roots in the development of political economies of exploitation, such as slavery, feudalism, and the current dominant system of capitalism. A problem as complex as people. Leadership that can point a way forward out of a multifaceted phenomenon like poverty, which has caused so much despair worldwide. China possesses such leadership. China will celebrate the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China in less than a week on July 1st. While many outsiders tend to look at the history of China in stages, it is important to note that the CPC has made the eradication of extreme poverty a central pillar of its leadership over the last century. Whether it was the valiant struggle against foreign domination that characterized the CPC's early activities, or the massive land reform, which Radhika referenced, that took place after 1949 to uphold the slogan, quote unquote, land to the tiller, the CPC's body of work set the stage for a momentous victory against extreme poverty just 71 years following the formation of New China. The eradication of extreme poverty would not have been possible without the deep bond that exists between the CPC and the Chinese people. The CPC has more than 90 million members and enjoys the support of more than 95% of the population. For many in the United States and the West, this statement of fact may at first appear to be nothing more than quote unquote propaganda due to the intense growth of anti-China and Cold War mentalities in the so-called developed world. But for the Chinese people, support for the CPC's leadership is connected to concrete improvements in their daily lives. There is no better example of this than poverty alleviation. China not only spent 1.6 trillion RMB to complete the project, but also sent 3 million party cadres to live and work together with the people to eradicate the scourge of impoverishment. Around 1,800 of these cadres died during their service and are looked upon in China as the heroes that they are. Poverty alleviation in China does not discriminate, and all ethnic groups living in China have enjoyed the benefits of the CPC's tireless efforts to ensure that the two insurances, food and clothing, and the three guarantees of medical care, housing, and education are available to all its people. I live in the United States. The political system in the United States spends more than 4 times as much on the military annually as China has spent on defeating extreme poverty. Despite the scale of the US's capitalist economy, more than 500,000 people here are without a home, and 1 of every 2 people are living in or near poverty. While China's experience cannot necessarily be replicated in the United States, its poverty alleviation campaign possesses lessons for all of humanity. It is an example of what is possible when the state is structured around the needs of the working class and society rather than the enrichment of a tiny few individuals and corporations, the dominant trend in the neoliberal capitalist world. We at Friends of Socialist China hope this event brings a greater understanding of China to the world, especially for those living in countries such as the United States, which currently pursues a dangerous path of confrontation with China in place of much needed cooperation around important and critical global problems such as extreme poverty. Thank you all for coming today, and I look forward to the rest of this event.